I've been able to comfortably tell people who I am up until recently, and that's allowed me to be more honest with people publicly. And the reason why I do come up here and do this is because there are kids that are still in households like I was in, and I want them to hear my voice. I want them to have the representation. I'm not up here saying you should be gay or you should be trans. Like, I'm not saying that stuff. I'm just saying, hi, I exist. I'm valid. And if you hear my voice and these things feel like the same as you, I don't want you to suffer like I did as a little kid. I don't want you to grow up feeling like you can't talk to anybody or you're going to get shunned by everyone. And when you finally do come out, I want you to have a soft place to land, because if you do get shunned, I don't want you to feel like it's your fault. Because when I did come out, I was kicked out of my house. Like, I was a kid. In fact, the reason why I joined the military 13 years ago was because for a year of my life, I was struggling after being kicked out of my house because everybody turned their back on me, my friends, my family. And I don't want 40% of homeless youth today are in the queer community. I don't want those kids to be rejected by their families, but I also want them to know that if they are, it's not their fault. And I don't think that there's anything wrong with that. So that's on that point of the representation. If your logic is consistent, right, in the sense that the more you see it, the more that it is the case that you're likely to become that, then that would be the case that I would have turned out straight, because all I ever saw as a kid was straight and cisgender representation. Or it would be the case that now that you're seeing it, Mike, if you are a straight man, it would be the case that you see all this like trans advertisement that you're claiming you like see. Well, then you would become like trans, or you would become like suddenly a gay man.
Well, not everyone's subject to that. I think, again, I appreciate you coming on here saying what you did, and I'm glad you're happy with where you're at in your life.
Oh, I'm not, but thank you.
But I'm sorry, I lost my train of thought there.
You were trying to say, I can get you back on track, because what you were starting to say was that not everybody is going to be influenced.
Yes. I think, I mean, yes, I think if someone makes it to, an older age and they still feel that way, maybe they can pursue that. I mean, I would never change at an older age. I would never be subject to that. I just feel like, I don't know. I don't want to say this in a harsh way.
Well, I think, and to be good faith, you should, because one, there's nothing that you're going to say that I haven't heard. And if you don't say it, then I can't help like debunk it. I can't help like you discuss it. But also, I would like to respond to what you just said. You said I would never do this and I would never do that. Have you considered it's because you aren't that? You would never be gay not because you can't be pressured into it. You can't be pressured into it because you aren't gay. It's like, take the same part of the sentence, just flip it around. It's not that you wouldn't do it because of the pressure. It's that no matter how much you are pressured, you simply could not ever be gay because you do not naturally have that attraction.
I mean, yeah. But again, I think people, when they are lonely, they are lost, maybe not as mentally strong, they might, give in to something like that. I just wish it was less prevalent, and, TV shows, they don't have to be cracking jokes at them. I wouldn't want that either. But
so that was backwards. And I see Santana wants to say something. I want to say this because it was a backwards what you just said, that people will be lonely and then they end up like that they could be like kind of vulnerable. So it is actually the case that, yeah, right. Okay. So it is actually the case that the people end up being shunned and become lonely because they come out. It's the other way around. Like, it's not that kids are usually like, I had a happy, healthy, like appearing life before I came out. I had supportive parents before I came out. I had a bunch of friends before I came out. I wasn't lonely until I came out.
Okay.
And that's the case with many people because, and I can back it up by statistic, like data, even though it really sucks having to constantly justify our existence with like science and data. It really blows. But because people insist on doing it, and because will never stop fighting for the future, because my life has been a fight. Like for my entire life, I have never stopped fighting, and I want one day for kids to have the opportunity to not feel like their childhood was fake and false. Like I will never get to go back and live my childhood as Eli. I never get that back. That's why I think kids should be able to be whoever the fuck they tell us they are. And it doesn't hurt anybody because we're not actually giving like what people call transgender surgeries to kids. Like it doesn't hurt to say like when I told my parents like, hey, like I'm Eli, and if they would have just said, okay, then I could have actually lived as Eli this whole fucking time instead of having to pretend for other people's comfort, because it's really just everybody else who's uncomfortable with it. Kids deserve to have authentic childhoods and be happy, and not have to wait until they're like in their 30s to finally feel like maybe they can come out without being rejected. So I want that future, and I'm going to keep fighting for that future no matter what. So to go back to having to support it on statistical evidence or statistic data, it's not just me. Like I understand I gave you an anecdotal experience of I wasn't lonely until I came out. But what I said earlier wasn't just pulling it out of my ass point. You can go on the trevorproject.org. 40% of homeless youth in the United States are a queer community. Like they are in the queer community.
Well, I hate that for them, and I don't think they should be shunned. But I mean, I just had a different walk of life, you know. That my whole family. I mean, that the one person that turned out gay ended up having 2 lesbian moms. I can't just see that as a coincidence. I don't know.
Dude, both my parents are straight. Okay. I have a mom and a dad. I grew up in a Christian conservative household. Both my sisters are bi. I'm straight.
And how long have they been? They're bi?
Their whole life. But it took them time to figure that out because it is the case that there is societal stigma. By the way, it took them time to figure that out because of societal stigma as well. Because we grew up in a Christian conservative household in Iowa where we were told that's bad. That's not good. That's what was told to us by society.
If you can't, I mean, I don't think it's bad, but if you can't help it, I mean, yeah, sure. I guess, but I just don't think it should be, you know, as visible to children as it is.
Wait. I'm sorry. So, for example, I'm raising my children. My sister and her girlfriend, they can't be a part of their life because I'd be pushing it on children because my sister exists and her girlfriend exists. What? How could? What are you talking about? Like, should their kids just ignore their existence, or should maybe their friends not know that they exist or something, like not know who their parents are? Like what? Like, I'm sorry. What are you talking about?
I'm just talking about in shows and movies and everything else. No, I don't think you should shun away family members. I think they are important. I just wish it would be seen less.
What would be seen less? I'm able to be in a relationship. My relationship can be present and can be visible. Why shouldn't my sister's relationship be able to be present and visible?
What do you call them? Fluffies? You think that's okay? Is that what the right word?
You're referring to furries, and you can't conflate the two because while there's a lot of people
you can.
No, you cannot. You cannot.
How can you not?
I'm about to explain it. So you cannot conflate the two because the furry community is completely separate from the queer community, right? So while there are some people that maybe like consider themselves furries, while I don't understand, I don't have to understand furries. I don't care. They don't hurt me.
Yeah, like why do you care? Like seriously,
I genuinely don't care. But they are not like. They are not it's not like one of the letters of the LGBTQIA plus. However, like the inclusivity allows them to exist without judgment because that's what like the pride flag stands for. But it isn't, they are not a part of like the queer community just because there's furries. You understand that there are straight people. There are straight people and cisgender people that are furries. Like this, they're not the same thing. at all. So like conflating the two is a part of that anti-trans advertisement. Over $100 million was spent during the Trump administration on the anti-trans advertisement, and it worked, while $0 were spent on the Democratic side. And I know, Santana, you want to speak, but please don't conflate the two.
Hey, Mike, quick question for you. Mike, are you there?
He's got on mute. I sent it to him.
Oh, there we go. Yep. What's up?
Hey, Mike, question for you. Do you think I'm attractive?
Think we've been over this once or twice. No.
Have you and I?
No, we have not.
Okay. But so you don't think that I'm attractive?
Are we gonna have to go through this whole thing again?
No, just walk with me on this one. I'm just trying to figure something out.
Okay. No.
Okay. Is there anything that I could do to entice you to feel like I'm attractive? What if I like shave my beard off, or like change my hat? Would you find me attractive then?
No, there's absolutely nothing you can do.
Okay. Who is your favorite actress or singer? Who's someone that you think is like a beautiful woman?
My wife.
Well, let's say a public figure, because I don't know your wife, so not saying you have to go crazy about it, but I personally have a crush on Megan Thee Stallion, right? But let's say, is there anyone that you would say like, hey, I think she's a beautiful woman?
My eyes are only on my wife, but
okay, that's fair. That's fair.
Here.
Okay, so let's say your wife, right? You think your wife is the most beautiful woman on earth. That's fair. Let's say your wife decides one day that she wants to wear baggy clothes, right? She wants to start, quote unquote, dressing like a man. Would you still find her attractive?
Is she claiming to be a man?
No, she just likes dressing with baggy.
She's wearing baggy clothing,
like boy clothes, to for a lack of better phrasing.
W. Marge.
I mean, she would never do that.
But hypothetically speaking, if she decided she wanted to wear like clothes that normally a guy would wear, right? She's not saying she's a guy or anything like that. She likes the clothes.
Okay. I mean, are we going to like a social event or anything in these clothes?
No, it doesn't matter. She's just putting on the clothes. Just, would you find her?
Okay, we're sitting in the house. No, I wouldn't care.
Okay, all right. Do you think that if your wife, let's say, I don't know, but let's say she has long hair and she decides she wants to get a short haircut, right? If she has long hair and then she wants to go to a bob, would you find her less attractive?
I mean, I tell her it's her choice, but okay. I find it less attractive. Yes.
Oh, you find that less attractive?
Yeah, shorter hair. Yeah, I mean, yes, personally, yes.
So okay. But would you say that you're unattracted to your wife based off of her having short hair?
I mean, I love my wife. No, but you asked me a question, would I find it less attractive? And I said yes.
Okay. So is there anything that your wife can do that, as far as like the way that she looks, that would make you say, you know what, I'm not attracted to her anymore? Like not less attractive, but just not attracted to her.
I mean, if she tried to, change sides, I mean, yeah. If she tried,
so let's say that she decided that she's not deciding that she wants to be a member of the queer community. Is there anything? Okay, fuck it. I'm sorry. I'm not even going to hold your hand on this one anymore. The simple fact of the matter is, you don't find me attractive because you're not attracted to men. You find your wife attractive because you're attracted to women. There's nothing that I can do that's going to make you want me, Mike. There's nothing that women, or specifically, because we're going to talk about your wife can do that's going to make you not want your wife, i.e. a woman. It doesn't work that way. You, for some reason, have made this whole connotation that, oh, they're lonely, or, oh, they make this choice. So it doesn't work that way. My whole point is there's literally nothing. Listen, I am a damn good looking guy. All right. Sorry, but there's nothing that I could possibly do to convince you to find me attractive, Mike. And that's the point. That's the entire
right.
point.
Yeah, no, and I get that. And that's what we said at the beginning. And
Right, but you keep talking about like if they're lonely and then they're weak or whatever. It's not a mental thing. It's not about being weak. Literally, I think that someone who is a part of the queer community and coming out and actually embracing who they are, that's one of the strongest people that you'll ever find, because it's hard, right? You're not someone that's conformed. You're not someone that is the quote unquote standard. You're not like quote unquote everyone else. You're someone that's saying like, hey, this is who I am and I'm living my truth, where a lot of other people might continue to hide from who they are, or like people like you that might not understand it and think they're quote unquote making a decision. Yeah, the decision is for them to be who they are, not to actually be gay, but for them to embrace who they are.
yeah, and I'm just worried for when we're going to stop, you know? I mean, again, the fluffies, the flurries, and then next thing you know, it's going to be age.
Wait, no, because here's the thing. No, here's the thing, dude. Okay, so you act like this is new, and it's not. Trans people, queer people, everybody in the LGBTQIA plus community, we have always existed. We have always existed. And whether or not we were visible,
Okay, have the furries always existed?
We were visible to you, has nothing to do with it, because I am living evidence of that. All right. I grew up in a childhood where I didn't have access to the representation that I deserved to have. I deserved a childhood like yours. I deserved a childhood that had representation like you had. You had representation of a husband and wife with a family. You had representation of other men that you could look up to that as role models. You had representation of people that made it and succeeded in society. You also, when you went into school, had representation in history from people that were straight cisgender men that made it in history, that did all sorts of things. I deserved that childhood. I did not get that childhood. And when you compare trans people and queer people to a hobby, which, so do you, I assume that you would know what LARPing is. Furries, think about it as like LARPing, because
is LARPing the fake fighting stuff?
Yeah,
yes,
right.
Okay. LARPing is the fake fighting stuff.
And so when you compare my identity to something as if I'm just putting a costume on and walking around, that is not how this goes, right? I would not choose to wake up every day and subject myself to the vile hatred. I would not choose to do something that is costing me my 13-year career. I am losing my career. I am losing the retirement that I worked towards. I am losing everything, my income, my ability to pay my mortgage. That people say that there's like we're mental health, like we have mental health issues and all this kind of stuff. I have done so much for my community, for my country. I have done so much to advocate. I grew up poor in poverty. I literally, you want us to tie ourselves up from the bootstraps. I was doing that. I bought my first house by my late 20s, and I am so that feels like a privilege to take, because most people can't afford houses, right? Like in this day and age. And I worked really fucking hard for that, only for it to all be stripped from me, because now I don't even know if I'm going to be able to continue to have my home, or if I'm going to have to sell it in order to even fucking survive. Like, you've never had to fight for your right to get married. I grew up, I have, here's some lore on Eli. I have been married. I have been divorced. When I got married, the first time, it was not legal in all 50 states. I flew to another state with my partner to try to get married, only for the judge in the state where it was legal for us to look us in our faces and say, I don't have to legally marry you, and I'm not going to, because the judge that was going to marry us that day ended up being sick. We used every dime that we had to go there. You don't have to worry about that. You could fly to Vegas and get married to somebody that you met 5 minutes ago if you wanted to right now. And you've never had to fight for that. And then finally, our rights to even get married finally get legalized in all 50 states. And now where are we at today? We are back to facing those couples that have now been married for so long, having their rights stripped from them and potentially not being legally allowed to be married. You haven't had to fight for your right to access to testosterone, because one day your testosterone levels are going to drop. One day you are going to face something called erectile dysfunction. That is a very, very normal thing in cisgender men. And it's not anything to shame anyone about. And you deserve access to testosterone replacement therapy, TRT, which sounds very similar to HRT, which is what I'm on. It's the exact same substance that cisgender men use. You deserve access to that, no different than I deserve access to HRT, because just as much as you don't want to live with, a Olympi eggplant, and I don't blame you, I don't want to live with the lack of the parts of my body that I want to feel better in as well, right? So when the whole point is, I have had to do nothing but fight for my existence the entire time I've been alive. And I have been spit on. I have been chased out of places called the F slur. I have been sent DMs about brutalways that people want to unalive me. I could go on, and I don't want to sit here and like traumatize the whole chat, because there are kids that I want to not hear those things. Just because I exist, I didn't hurt anybody. And the people like me haven't hurt anybody. They're just trying to exist, right? So why the fuck, if it was a choice, respectfully, why would anyone choose this? If I could wake up tomorrow and just choose to suddenly not be trans, or to suddenly not be queer, why wouldn't I choose that, so that I could have a life where people aren't doing all these things, where I don't have to fight for my rights every single day? And just to be clear, everyone, I would still fight for your rights even if it was a choice.
Right. I hate that. I mean, you go through that, and I don't think people should have to go through that. But at the same time, I just, again, I don't want to keep going in circles. So I'll just hop off. But I respect y'all. I guess I'll never get it.
But I'm so like confused. When I talk to people like you, who it seems like you're just on the brink. Like, I know this is making sense to you. I know it is. And I don't understand what stops you from being able to like make that leap into leaning into empathy. Like, I genuinely want to know what it is, because I want to be able to like reach the hearts and minds of people. I want a better future for people that like me, and not just like me, because intersectionality exists, right? Like,
Right.
there are so many people who go through this like harm and this, like, I don't want 40% of the youth to be homeless because they're queer. You're
Right.
telling me that if we had better laws to support children, if we had better things in place to support people, that 40% of our youth without homes could be, I don't know, maybe not on the streets anymore? You're telling me that if we just like cultivated a society, this isn't new statistics. Like, this has always been the case. There's a pipeline of youth without homes that end up in the military.
Well, I know this is kind of wild here, but I think it's true. I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, but aren't people transforming into animals this day and age too? Is that not a thing?
No.
Can I
Okay.
just say one thing? Just one thing. Just
Said
one
I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure I've
Sure.
seen it.
Just one thing, Mike. Are you from the South?
What makes you ask?
Just asking.
Yeah, yes.
Where are you
I
from?
am. I don't feel comfortable with that.
Just the state, not specific. Just the
I
state.
can tell you where I'm from. I was originally raised in Florida, and all my blood relatives, all of them are from Mississippi and Alabama. All the people that I don't associate with anymore, I was raised in that area, and that's why I can really easily snap into a Southern accent, because I put it away because I don't really like it. It's just not something that I enjoy, and I've actually unpacked to understand what the Southern accent is rooted in. And I'm only doing this as an example, but I am originally from Florida, stationed in Texas, and all of my roots are in Alabama and Mississippi, if that helps you out.
Okay. From Tennessee.
Tennessee, cool. I'm from South Carolina. And so, Eli, Florida, you, Tennessee, me, South Carolina. I know it's a Southern thing, and so I'm going to speak directly to you as a Southerner. Mind your own damn business, right? I mean, that's literally what we live by, right? In the South, if it doesn't fly, if it doesn't apply, we let it fly, right? I mean, if it's not for us, we don't bother other people. And you keep saying you don't understand it, you don't get it. You know what? Fine, fuck it. Don't get it. Who cares? But let people be who they are. Let people live. And as long as they're not actively harming anyone, who cares? Like,
Right, no,
I'm
that's my-
legitimately telling you, like, don't infringe on other people because you think that, oh, they're influencing someone or they're doing this or that. No, they're not, because we've already established that there's nothing that I can do that's going to make you attracted to me. So just like there's nothing that I can do that will make you attracted to me, there's nothing that someone else is going to do that's going to quote unquote turn kids gay or anything. Like, it doesn't work.
I
that
disagree
way.
there. That's where I
No,
disagree.
I hear you disagreeing, but it does not
How are
work that way.
Wait, so
literally.
explain to us the process in which people are turning kids gay.
Because
Fucking
people are
magic.
much more influenced at a younger age, are they not?
Wait,
Can we not agree on that? Can we agree on that?
So I have a question. As a kid, could you have been influenced to be gay?
Again, I think I'm mentally stronger than most.
Mentally
You're not.
stronger?
You're
Why are you
not. You're
acting
not.
why are you acting like being gay is mental weakness? That's fucking
Well,
crazy.
I'm actually way respectfully. I'm my mental strength, because that felt personal. And even if it wasn't, you don't realize that.
Well, I didn't want to say it earlier.
I would sit here. I would sit here and say with my whole chest that I am mentally stronger than you ever have been in your entire life, and I have been mentally stronger than you for my entire life, because you have not had to use your entire.
But you don't know me, Eli.
Yeah, but I do know enough
You
about
don't know me.
I know
You
enough.
can't say that. That's a
I have
a
faced,
blank statement.
So I have faced.
You can't just.
I have faced oppression my entire life. I have been told who I am and am not. I have told who I can and cannot be.
How do you know what I went through?
I know that you have never been told that you cannot get married to the person that you love. I know that you have never had laws enforced against you to say that you can't marry the person that you love. I know that you have never been called certain slurs on the premise of your identity just because of who you are.
I would never say slurs.
Unless it was like the word that people use for white people, which is
Those
not
aren't slurs.
which isn't a slur. And I know that you have never had like whether or not you're allowed to enter certain public spaces questioned. I know that you're not getting called a groomer and a pervert. I know that you're not getting called a PDF. I know that you're not getting compared to fluffies like you called them. I know that you're not currently up here every single day spending your life advocating for people, not even for yourself, because you recognize that you're never going to get the rights that you're fighting for in your lifetime, but hopefully the future generations will. Yeah. I am mentally stronger than you. I've also served in the United States military for the last 13 years and worked as a healthcare provider for 13 years. And I've seen really fucked up things all while all of this is simultaneously happening. I don't think that you can come close to my mental strength and fortitude.
Okay, if you want to believe that, that's fine. I'm not going to argue with you on this, but you asked me what the harm was, and I said children are easily influenced at a younger age, and I think we can all agree on that.
Could you have been easily influenced to be gay?
No, could we please answer that question?
Can he answer this question? Could you, as a kid, been easily influenced to be gay?
Again, I think I have a stronger mindset.
What does that mean? What does that mean?
Your mindset is actually weak because you're showing a low EQ, which is emotional intelligence. This exact argument right here is actually showing a weak mind because you don't have the ability. You're not showing that you have the capability, a strong mind in order to open your limited mentality, the limited views that you have to things that you may not be able to understand. Like that's actually a sign of weakness.
I mean, I disagree. Where's proof in that? I mean, where's your degree in psychology?
Well, hey, Brainiac, what's your degree in?
We're discussing something else.
No. You want to talk your.
It's just business administration. Why does that matter?
Business administration. Okay, so you have a BA?
Yes. What? Okay.
So you have a BA in business administration. What's the most impressive mental feat that you've ever achieved?
I mean, in what aspect?
I mean, you're mentally tough, right? You're built for tough. You have the mental acuity.
Yes, I do
Okay,
most things I
cool.
set my mind to. I
So yeah,
run.
not okay. What's
I run
what's the
marathons. I
most
do this. I
impressive?
do that.
What's the most impressive mental feat that you've accomplished? I mean, you could say your BA, and I'm not going to disrespect your BA, but your BA is, you know, very common at this point.
Yeah,
So
and I didn't want anything more. I'm doing what I wanted to do.
I'm not saying that. I'm saying, what is your most impressive? You claim that you said mentally you're superior than people like Eli. Eli ran down his resume, not only the actual ups and downs and challenges that he's faced day to day as far as just trying to live, but also the actual life that has been lived in the military, which we understand to join the military. Not only do you have to be mentally tough, it's something I couldn't do, right? And I think that I'm a pretty mentally tough person. I couldn't actually endure the rigorous training and the actual things you have to go through to be in the military, but serving 13 years and becoming someone who is at the top of their profession, getting multiple security clearances. I mean, literally actually being the best of the best. What makes you mentally superior to Eli? I just want to know, because it has to be something amazing. Have you solved any quantum physics equations lately? Have you
not that
cracked
smart.
the mystery of time and space? What have you done?
Definitely not that intelligent, my man.
Okay, then what have you done?
What have you done?
It's not me. I'm not sitting here saying that being a member of the queer community makes you mentally weak. I need to understand what makes you so fucking mentally tough, because you
act like the
built for
Army's tough.
What?
That's like the out you go to.
Hold on.
When you have no other
You
choice.
said it.
If you really
You
want to get
said
into
it.
this.
You
Yeah,
said
so
it.
that's
I
the
didn't.
only
I
other
didn't
choice
have a
when you don't
choice.
have
And
any
you know what?
other option.
Yeah, you're right. Hold on. I didn't have a choice.
You don't
In
have
fact,
another option. There's, I
did not have a choice. I did not have a
making the
choice.
point clear. I'm not trying to take hits at people.
All right,
But
go
you're
ahead.
coming at me.
Crash out. Go ahead.
You literally said that you're mentally tougher, and the only thing that I'm saying is, tell me what's this mental feat.
A lot of people that went into the Army weren't.
I'm not in the Army. But I would like to say this really quick. All right. So my job in the military, I understand that you have a degree in business, and so that's great. But I don't see where that relates to medicine whatsoever. So what I do for a living, I diagnose patients. I prescribe medications. I have a national provider identifier. I've seen like tens of thousands of patients. I've worked in emergency medicine. I've actually been a certified, on top of it, this is a nationally registered emergency medical technician for 13 years.
That's awesome.
I'm trained in 7 different career fields of the military. There's only 450 of my specific job in the military. We're already a critically low manned position. So the commander of like the whole wing, so like multiple bases in my area, has told me that I could put his personal cell phone number on like my resumes if needed, because he's so pissed off about what's happening to trans people in the military. But yeah, I diagnose people. I know what the fuck I'm talking about because I was educated on it. The school that I went to is the equivalent of a, like, if you know what a physician's assistant is on the outside, and the school is really, it's harder than any college class that I've ever taken. It's harder than any fucking course. I have to be able to go through a whole man from head to toe, every body system, and run through all the exams in under an hour. Without making a flaw in, like, I can't mispronounce sternocleidomastoid. I can't miss one of the bruits when I'm listening to your heart. I can't, like, there are so many different things that I had to do to accomplish just this one part of my job.
Sounds like you've done great things in your life. I'm not denying that.
So
all.
I'm mentally weak where? Because I got disowned by my family. I got disowned by my friends. I was literally living off of the streets. Yeah, I did want to join because I wanted a roof over my head and food in my belly. And at some point I could have turned around and said, all right, I can get out now. And instead of doing that, I stayed in because I wanted other people like me. I saw other people joining like me. I wanted them to have somebody on the inside to help them. I didn't stay in because I had to. I joined because I had to.
Also, I just want to say, like, I'm not shitting on your business degree either, right? I mean, Like I commend
Everyone
you.
gets a business degree. It's no big deal, man.
Yeah, no. Literally,
it's
everyone
fun.
does. I have a BA in marketing. I have an MBA in management. I have another MBA in supply chain management and logistics. I have a Lean Six Sigma Green Belt certification. I have a Scrum certification. I have a PMP certification.
Impressive, my man.
Yeah,
That's
I
awesome.
also speak 2 other languages, French and German. When I say that, like, I have gone through certain mental feats, right? I've literally pushed myself. I'm literally enrolling for my PhD. Like,
are you gay?
Literally, and that's what I was just about to say. I am not gay, and Eli is still mentally tougher than I am. And
No,
I just
don't
routed
do
off
that.
all of those things.
Don't do that, Santana. No,
It's
no,
true.
no, no, no.
It's true.
No,
It's
no,
true.
no,
Yeah.
no, because we've had way too many discussions about intersectionality for me to let you do that.
Eli.
No, I spend my free time hanging out in spaces with you, and you know damn well why I'm saying that. Don't you dare.
The point that I'm making, though, is that for me, knowing what I've done and what I've been through and what I've accomplished, I still would never say anything that wild that you said, Mike. There's no way that I would ever believe that.
And I don't think mental illness or being mentally ill is as bad as y'all are thinking it is. You know, a lot of people have mental illnesses that you don't notice on a daily basis. You know,
technically, I do have a mental illness. I have ADHD.
So I do too.
Can I ask, Mike? Can I ask you this? How do you identify what a mental illness is?
Just something in your mind that's just maybe not wired right. Let's put it that way.
Okay, so what about someone's brain isn't wired right if they're gay? Like,
it's not right.
Why not?
I mean, I can keep it as simple as you can't reproduce. I mean,
for example, is it wrong for you to stay in a relationship when you know your partner's infertile?
You get what I'm saying, right?
No, I'm asking you, is it wrong for you to stay in a relationship if you know you're in partner?
No, I don't think you should. No, but again,
wait, so then why,
you get what I'm saying.
You don't have to be in it. So then you don't have to be in a relationship with someone specifically who's fertile, right? Or you can have children with, right?
Well, a penis is designed for a vagina, right? I don't think.
Wait, do you think oral's wrong?
It can be in some people's eyes.
It can be, no, in your eyes.
No.
Okay, so then was it designed for the mouth, bro?
But that mouth has something else down below.
I hope you've never participated.
Also think it's right.
I hope you've never participated, and please don't disclose because I really don't want to know. But I'm just going to throw this out there that I hope that you've never participated in the anal. I'm going to say it like that. But I hope you've never.
I have not. I think that's
that's fine. But I hope that you can also at least be genuine enough to admit out loud, because you can't. There's no way you can deny this. There's plenty of evidence that people that are straight and cisgender, they do also participate and engage in that practice as well. Whether or not you think it's gross, there are straight people who engage in the same type of act as GAY people. I'm trying to be like TikTok safe for Parker's Live.
Right, and I get that, and I guess I don't look at them another way. But again, it's just they at least they. It's like the circle goes in the circle, the square goes in the square, the triangle goes in the triangle, right?
Okay, so then it should be against the law. It should be criminalized for straight people to engage in that act as well, because they're trying to criminalize it for us. And actually,
I don't think again,
Texas,
my best friend, my best man. I don't think people should be shunned and hated, but I just don't think it should be on everything. That's all I'm getting at. And like, when are we going to stop? What do
you mean
like,
on everything? What are you
going on a dress and going into a girl's locker
what are you
room?
talking about on everything? It started specifically on, right? It's just wrong to be gay. To now it's just, I don't want it to be on everyone else. Which one is it? Make up your mind. Is it wrong to be gay in of itself, or is it wrong?
But
okay,
I don't hate people with mental illness.
You couldn't even justify specifically how. You couldn't even tell me how it was wrong. You said specifically because it doesn't lead to reproduction, but you being attracted to people who you can't reproduce with, that's not wrong.
Again, I made my point. I mean, I know you're going to
Is it wrong to be attracted? Wait, is it wrong to be attracted to someone you cannot reproduce with?
We just went through this.
Answer the question.
I mean, we just went through this.
Yes or no? Is that wrong?
No, Parker. No.
Okay, if it's not wrong, then please explain to me how it would be wrong specifically for gay people.
Because the circle goes in the circle, the square goes in the square, the triangle goes in the triangle, my man.
What do you want to do?
It's not right.
This guy's
It
just
should-
yapping. What are you saying? Answer why.
It's just not. It's not.
It's just not. I have no reason, but I'm just gonna keep saying it's wrong for no reason.
Is it okay? This is gonna get really gross.
Just be careful with TikTok terms of service. And also just be mindful that there are minors that are sometimes listening. So just like if you're gonna be getting explicit, just please use like terms correctly. I just want to be mindful of that.
Okay. This is. I don't feel comfortable even talking about this, but
you can say like I think anatomically correct anatomy is fine. I don't think that goes against terms of service, but just be careful about what you're saying because I don't know what you're about to say.
I can't even. Never mind. I just
Quick
I can't.
question, Mike. How old are you again? I missed that.
I said that earlier. 31.
You're 31. Holy smokes. Okay. So your frontal lobe is fully developed and you still feel this way.
Still, yeah. I mean, yes. Yeah. I think
That's interesting.
made that pretty clear.
I want to ask you because like Parker kind of got you into this corner of you can't really say why it's wrong, and you already admitted. I guess I don't really have a problem with it when it's like straight people doing it. So what? Being the case, all you want is like all I've heard so far is you just don't want it advertised everywhere. You don't want it to be.
I just don't know when it's going to stop. You know, it just things.
So what do
keep
you want?
Intensifying.
I'm asking
What
what
is?
I need to
Again,
I need to
next
know.
thing it's going to be age. It's the same fucking concept.
No, it's not.
We've existed for like as long as human beings have existed, and we've never talked about like. First of all, you recognize that like. I would condemn age play in the instance where like I don't think that there are certain acts that are okay like that and whatever, like there's a difference between age regression and age play, but that's like totally different from like the queer community. That falls into a totally different category of like of things that have nothing to do with the queer community. So like I don't know why you are once again conflating the queer community with things that have nothing to do with us. And just because somebody like
why do you shun them away from your group?
Oh, because I don't condone things that would like represent people attracted to minors. That's like something that I don't.
That's fucking gross. Like
okay,
Trump supporters defending
Trump
supporters
right?
out here defending P3Os on the Epstein's list, and specifically people like Donald Trump, who said he would date a 10-year-old girl in 10 years. Right? That's literally who you are out here supporting. I just want to clarify. You guys always try to brand liberals as the ones specifically trying to like engage in this type of stuff that can lead to P3O, while you are actively supporting it right fucking now.
No, I'm trying to make a point clear. How am I supporting it in any way?
Are you advocating for PDF files? I'm a little confused. Is that
How
what you're
you
doing
confused?
right now?
What did I say that made you believe
PDF files?
that?
You said that you told Eli that they turned them away from their community. Should PDF files not be shunned? Yes or no?
Well, I was actually talking about the fluffies.
Should we shun PDF files? Yes or no?
I was talking about the fluffies.
Simple question. No. You were talking about PDF files. You mentioned PDF files. Should we shun PDF files? Yes or no?
That's absolutely disgusting. Yes.
Yes or no? Okay. So
yes.
I'm not understanding when you talk
what
about.
What kind of wild question is
so then why do you keep supporting Trump?
That is absurd, my man.
Mike, so then why do you keep supporting
disgusting.
Mike, so then why are you supporting Trump?
Parker, I hate to ask this, but there's this.
Trump would never do that.
There's the same trolls that have been in here. If there's any way, can I get? I don't know if there's just not mods. Can I get mod really quick?
Yeah, I got you.
What happened?
Thanks. No, no. I want y'all to carry on your conversation. It's just that I've been.
I got it. I've been sniping people as well.
I got you.
Thank you.
And I've got 2 girls. What's going to stop some guy from putting on a dress and going into the locker room?
So you're afraid of men. You are afraid of cisgender men harming your
Exactly.
children. Right. Okay. And trans women are not putting on dresses and pretending to be women. They are women.
Okay,
I promise
but you could do that.
if
There's a
you
gray
look-
line there. You're creating that gray line.
No, it's not a gray line. In fact,
You
your
are.
stop. Your policies are the ones that make it more dangerous for children. The anti-transphobic narrative that look at my profile picture right now.
There are creeps out
Look
there.
at my profile picture right now. Do you think me, mustache, short hair, when you get off of or you can look at my profile right now, like I navigate through society every single day and people see me as a man. If I were to walk in, you had like your little girls in the bathroom because you don't want gender neutral bathrooms. If your little girls are in a bathroom, are you going to ask me to pull down my pants? Because what you're advocating for is you want me to walk into women's restrooms because I was assigned female at birth. Whether or not I've been on hormone replacement therapy, whether or not I've had top or bottom surgery, it doesn't matter. You want me to go in there because I was assigned female at birth. Your policies are advocating for trans men. You always target trans women, and trans women are more likely to be harmed than what you're saying, like trans women doing the harm. Like it's not trans women that are the ones that are perpetuators of harm. They're the ones that are likely being harmed, and not even just trans women, cisgender people.
Well, I'm not even talking about trans
there's
people.
There's an 18-year-old masculine lesbian at a Buffalo Wild Wings in Minnesota that just got asked by one of the staff to prove that she was a woman and made them show her chest.
Okay, that's disgusting.
Gender,
But Eli, he made a point. He said that he's not talking about transgender people. You're right. You're talking about heterosexual men.
Yes,
you're talking about
creating.
Men
I'm talking about PDFs, also a mental illness.
Why would you want to punish the transgender community because men are disgusting? That doesn't even make sense.
No, they're creating that gray line because there are creeps and disgusting men out there.
I have such a good point, and I need you to listen to me really clearly. Why?
I'm not.
First of all, listen.
I would much rather have y'all than the disgusting creeps, but
the policy that you're calling me a disgusting.
No, I did not say that.
Okay, well, listen. The policy that
don't think that.
Okay, that's fine. The policy that you're proposing, if you want trans men in bathrooms, you're going to have people that look like me that are now required to go into bathrooms, which is going to make it more possible for men that are cisgender to just walk in and say, I'm trans. That makes it more...
Right, that's scary.
Yeah. So why would you try to make me go into the women's bathroom? Because you're opening up the door for men to have even more access than they already do have.
Right.
Why would
it's just creating all this?
Why would
I don't know what to do with.
Here's my second point, and you're not going to be able to refute this. Why in fucking hell would any trans woman pretend to be trans, put on go to a therapist, go to a psychiatrist, have consistency, have an endocrinologist, have to get their lab work checked, have to be persecuted, have laws pinned against them, be called all the things that they have to be called, go through, always being told that they'll never be valid, that they'll never be a real woman, everybody always talking about their penis or whether or not they have one. Why would trans women go through any of that when we've already been proven that PDF files and rapists are already going to be, if their whole purpose is for trans women to just pretend that they're being women in order to harm women and children, why would they go through all that when we're already watching men that are PDFs and rapists being protected more than any trans woman? They don't even have to put on a fucking dress. There's a man in the White House right now who openly said that he walked into the changing rooms of fucking children.
It was not children. I'm sorry. I'll stop you there.
You right now, I'm going to get louder because you right now are saying
it wasn't children. It was, yes.
Yeah, you're the problem.
USA, but it was never teens.
Wait,
you are the problem.
There was an 18-year-old that came out, said there was 4 girls as young as 15 years old.
No, that's not correct.
What do
That
you mean
was
that's
false.
not correct? That's
Here
not
it is.
false.
This is proving my point. This is proving my point. Why would any trans person be trans just to like play dress up to protect women when there's people like you right now saying nah, nah, nah.
Okay,
even though
well,
there's
prove it to
fucking
me.
evidence,
That
there's a case
prove it to me.
presented,
Besides saying
there's a
someone came
literal
out and
case
said that, prove it
because
to me.
you will protect these
Prove it to me.
PDFs. You will protect these PDFs at all costs, and you have the fucking audacity to sit here and say that trans women aren't women and that you're afraid that they'll be in the bathrooms with your little girls when the president of the fucking United States would look at your little girl and say, I'll be dating her in 10 years. When he would look at your little girl and he would buy a fucking pageant just so that he could walk in and look at her naked because he quote unquote owns the place, so he quote unquote gets away with it. Why would anybody go through all of the fucking shit that they have to go through to be trans when they don't even have to dress up? They can just fucking exist as a cisgender man and harm children and women without having to ever be punished. And not only do they not have to be punished, they also get defended by people like you every single fucking day who come up here and make children and women unsafe. Why the fuck would we go through all of that?
I just want to clock that, and there's been multiple things that have been said, and Mike, and specifically about Trump, whether
He
it's
never
about
said
him.
about teens, sorry, but
Yeah,
go
he
ahead. He
did.
never said
He did.
girls or
But
teens.
Listen,
Prove it to
like,
me and I'll stand down on all that. Prove it
you
to
know
me.
what? Parker could play the clip. We could play
I've
the
heard
clip.
the clip.
but-
He never mentioned
exactly.
teens,
There's
little
nothing
girls.
that anyone's going to be able to say or do that's going to actually quote unquote prove it to you because you don't give a fuck.
I literally
You
told
don't-
them
you don't really
there is
care.
an 18-year-old victim that came out and said there was 4 girls as
Yeah.
young as 15 years old there. When
Yes.
Donald Trump would barge in. And
He
also
doesn't
Donald
care,
Trump
though.
bragged about walking into the changing rooms,
Yes.
right? Of people without their consent, along with the fact acknowledging that they were naked, right? And that there were no men around, and that it was obviously something that he wasn't supposed to do, that he's getting away with.
But Parker, see, that's the thing. They love saying, well, prove it. And then every time that we bring any type of real proof, then they deny, they twist, they construe it. They just say, oh, well, what he meant was this, or he didn't really mean that, or it was a joke, or everyone does that. That you justify the proof. Nothing that we give you will actually prove it to you because you just will find a way to justify it.
No, you can most definitely prove it to me with a article
You know
from
what's
a
different?
valid source.
You know what
anything.
sucks?
Prove
You know
it to
what?
me,
You know what
please.
women don't have to do with me or Santana or Parker, but they do have to do with you. Women don't have to sit there and prove it every single fucking day of their life because there are so many women, there are so many people in this chat listening that have been harmed. The first time that I was harmed was as a child. I didn't tell anybody about that harm. I'm not going to talk about the specific harm.
That's probably what led you to where you're at today.
And I didn't
to be
get
honest
to,
with you.
No, it was. Oh yeah, that's definitely it. No, so hold on. So stop. You'll do anything to defend a pedo.
That's
Anyways,
something
hold on,
scarring in your childhood that can
stop,
change
stop.
somebody.
Shut up. You don't like that I'm putting you on the spot right now. You really don't like it. The thing is, there are so many people in this chat. It took me 10 years to even tell anybody what happened in the first place. And I already had come out by the time that I told anybody about it. But anyways, that has nothing to do with it. I'm not going to sit here and prove myself to you anymore. I'm stuck on the point that you are a pedo apologist and you're projecting all over us when you are the one that is guilty of it. Do you know what the difference is between myself, Santana, and Parker? Is that when a woman says I was harmed, I fucking believe her. When a child says I was harmed, I fucking believe her. And so do Parker and so does Santana. You know what I don't do and what they don't do? They don't sit here and defend like people that are the abusers, no matter what, at all costs. I don't sit here and say, oh, you know what? I know you told me that you've been raped, but can you prove it to me? Because I don't believe it. The problem is that is the exact patriarchal fucking standard right now where men are protected, men are centered, and children and women are constantly getting harmed. The same reason why you want people like me put in having restricted access to certain care, why you don't want us being shown and all that kind of stuff, is because it creates the scapegoat. It creates the fucking finger that you get to point at us so that instead of releasing the fucking Epstein files, you can say, Oh, but immigrants are dangerous. Our undocumented migrants are dangerous to kids. Oh, but what about trans people? What about the fluffies? Oh, what about this? Next, it's going to be age play. When you do that shit to us, you literally are a agent of the propaganda. You actually prove the point of like, you actually have been brainwashed. You actually do have a weak mind, because the $100 million that was spent on anti-trans legislation fucking worked on you. And if you had a stronger mind, you would actually have done your own research to know that that shit was fucking propaganda in the first place. So I actually, like, sitting here talking to you, it disgusts me to know that you have little girls that are going to rely on you for protection, and you're protecting the very fucking person who would harm them. It grosses me out. And every single woman in here who has been harmed deserves to be fucking, like, heard, validated, listened to, believed, and not have to sit here every day and listen to people like you defend a rapist, a child predator.
Also, I just want to say, you want to prove, there's an article from The Guardian from 2016, Miss USA 2001 contestant Trump barged into the room when we were naked. It details the multiple interviews that they've had with different contestants throughout Miss USA and Miss Teen USA, including 2001, 2000 and, or 2005, 1997. Specifically, the reports come from 1997. There were several teen beauty queens from 1997, Miss Teen USA, that said Trump entered a communal dressing room while several of them were naked. One girl was 15 years old at the time. Again, there's not only detailed information about this from years ago, not today, years ago, but it also tells the different pageants that he's done this. He's had a consistency of doing this the entire time that he owned those pageants, and it's all out there. It's the actual proof is there for you to find, Mike. Sorry. Go.
Can I read a couple? I have 2 donations that I would like to read. And, I'm gonna mispronounce your name, and I'm so sorry. But I think it's Ilida. It's a really pretty spelled name, but it's
Elida.
Elida. $50 fucking. Thank you so much. I really appreciate you for the $50 to say W Eli. And Haley said, "Love you, Eli. Fuck you, guest," and sent $10. And I just wanted to say thank you so much, as well as appreciate all of you for the gifts that you've been sending. I really do appreciate you. It means the absolute world to me. I don't have a PayPal for everybody. I do have a PayPal, but it's connected to my legal name that I'm in Texas, and it puts me in danger to change. And so I'm working on a workaround. For those of you who have been asking, I'm abundantly grateful, and I really do appreciate you.
Thank you, Kelly, for the 10. I appreciate you. And also, Eli, just FYI, I'm over on YouTube right now as well, and they've been going crazy about you. I've had to pin your username because people are now looking to follow you on TikTok. So there's that.
Alaskan, thank you so much for the $5. That's so true. That's so true. Thank you so much, Alaska. I really appreciate it. Thank you. Alex, thank you so much for the $5. Thank you. Ava, thank you for the $5. Pretzel, thank you for the $1. Omar, thank you so much. Really appreciate the $1. Thank you. Nikolai, thank you so much. Really appreciate the $5. Thank you. Absolutely. Pay. Thank you for the $1. Really appreciate it. Libby, thank you so much for the $5. Thank you. I really appreciate it. Thank you so much. As well as I love yogurt. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Thank you. Let me make sure I catch up on YouTube real quick, and then we're gonna continue real quick. Everyone, do give it a second. Shay, thank you so much for the $10. Thank you so much. Soul, thank you for the $5. Thank you. Elida, thank you so much. I appreciate the $20. Thank you so much. Marie with the $5. Thank you so much. Dom, thank you so much for the $2. Thank you. NM, thank you so much for the $5. Jen with the $2. Marie with the $5. Jolish, thank you for the $5. Parsh, thank you so much. I really appreciate the $5. Hannah with the $10. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Thank you. Kurt, thank you for the $2. And Anthony, thank you for the $5. If I didn't get to anyone, by the way, thank you so much, everyone. Marie as well. I'm pretty sure I did see this earlier, but thank you so much for the $20. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it.
Also, I'm sorry, Brenda, thank you for the 5 on YouTube for the YouTube super chat. Yeah, I thought his frontal lobe wasn't fully developed, but he's 31. So yeah, sorry.
See, I mean, yeah, very, very good of y'all. You know, I haven't taken personal attacks besides saying you had the mental illness. That was the only personal attack.
no.
They're not personal
What? This
attacks.
guy.
They're just instead of listening to anything,
Y'all
that
just
I
get
say-
frustrated because y'all can't rebuttal my points.
Wait,
Y'all
we did
have
the
no
entire
way to
time. What are you
rebuttal.
talking about?
Parker,
We
can you
literally have
Can
done
you
that.
please clip that? Because what the fuck? Everything that we've been giving you is like legitimate rebuttal.
No,
That's so
because
Bro, did you
like
look
I
up
said,
the
when is
article
it gonna
that I
stop?
gave
When it-
you?
Juan, thank you
Did
so
you
much for
look
the
up the article?
$20. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. I did see this. I did talk about and report on this multiple times. It's crazy overreach. Mike, you're actually like diabolically insane. Do you remember this entire conversation? Do you remember what we've been going through for what? It's been like an hour, dude. How long did we spend on this shit? How long did
Okay,
we spend,
no,
Mike?
just-
Mike, how long did we spend on this? An hour and 12 minutes? Oh my gosh, dude.
I've got to go to bed. I was just fucking with you the whole time. Take it easy, guys.
Bullshit. Yeah. Now you say that. I don't believe you for 2 seconds.
I do not believe
Yeah.
that either. There's
Do-
no way.
Do better
no
for your
way.
kids, dude. Do better for your daughters because
That's
your
why
daughters.
he's trying to run it. He can't leave. That's not how you leave, Mike.
I know you can still hear me. Your daughters deserve better, and so does your wife. Because if your wife shaves her head, she's still just as beautiful, and you can tell her that I said that. Because you don't turn your back on your partner. And I hope to God you've never told your partner that she'd be less attractive with short hair. That's so fucking gross. Your daughters. I'm gonna keep popping. Oh, damn it. Thank you for the. Hold on a second. I won't pay for my computer. Jaden. Thank you for the $10. No, you're fucking amazing. Everybody in here who is showing support and love. I just want you to know that Parker and Santana and Eli and Dean, all of us, literally could not use our voices the way that we do without you supporting us. Like I'm not a big creator like Parker and Dean and Santana's platform's growing and stuff. I'm not like a giant creator like them, but every single time that I come up here and speak, it's like a spotlight on me, but I want everybody to know that I represent like my voice, and I don't think that my voice is the only voice that deserves to be heard by any means. There are so many. I saw so many women in the chat, and so many different people speaking like and saying their personal experience in the comments. I saw some therapists. I saw some like nurses. I saw so many incredible people. Your voices deserve to all be heard. And for the people that want their voices heard, but you maybe don't have the ability to speak up, and trust like people like Dean and Parker and Santana and the creators that you watch and follow, the only way that we are even able to do this is like with this support. It's like I get to look down at the chat, and I get to see like 5,000 plus people like sitting there sending me love. It's like a soft landing for me to just look down and feel so like embraced and comforted. Like the notion that I am very mentally strong, but fuck this shit gets to me, and if it's getting to you, there's a reason why. It's intentional. That's what hate does. So just know that the same love that you're sending to me, and like because you feel supported, that love is like the whole reason why like I can keep going and doing it. It feels so good to know that I'm helping you, and I know you were watching Parker's face when Santana and I were talking. That whole time that he was sat there quiet, he had that smile on his face, like he was so fucking proud. Like he just sat back and let Santana and I just sit there and talk. And so, just know that it means everything, and I do really, really appreciate you.
Thank you so much. I really appreciate. Oh my gosh, Eli just literally gave you a flag for hate speech. What the heck? Twice. I just got 2 flags.
Oh, wow.
What the fuck? Eli, thank you so much. I just want to say I appreciate you so much. TikTok is being ridiculous. Actually
Need
ridiculous.
to restart.
I'm actually gonna be getting off.
Yeah.
I've been on for about 6 hours, so it is time for me to get off here.
Okay. All right. One other thank you to Pretzel the service dog. Keep cooking. Have a great day. I appreciate you, Pretzel the service dog. Bro, I'll catch you later. I appreciate you
I'll see
letting
you
me come
later.
hang out for a while.
I'll see you later. Good seeing you. Good seeing you. Stephanie, thank you so much for the $20. Thank you so much. Yuri, thank you so much for the $5. Thank you. Yeah, it's actually crazy. It's actually crazy. People don't acknowledge that at all. from a societal perspective, because that's actually the real pressures. Soul, thank you for the $5. Meg, thank you so much. I appreciate the $10. Thank you. I think I got one of them. I didn't see the other one. Thank you so much for the Galaxy. Really appreciate it. Thank you. Oh, that is my alarm. Juan, thank you so much again. I really appreciate it. Brandy, thank you so much. I appreciate the $5. I'm caught up on YouTube, as well as Barbara. Thank you so much for the $1. I really appreciate it. Thank you. I'm so sorry to hear that. Thank you so much, though, for the support. I really appreciate it. Thank you. Thank you so much, Barbara. I really appreciate it. Everyone, thank you so much for coming on tonight. I love everyone so much. I will see everyone tomorrow. Have a fantastic night, everyone. Go make sure to follow Santana. I'm assuming Santana is still going to be on live, so make sure to follow Santana. Santana 24 Speaks. Spam Parker Raid. Love from Parker, everyone. I love y'all so much. Have a good night, everyone. I love y'all so much. Peace out, everyone. I'll see everyone later.
Panic, unaliving her 5 children.
That it is not inherently wrong to punish a child for the crimes of their parents.
I do not believe, once again, that if the God of the books, sir, can you please get the story right? I can't do this.
I'm granting you.
How about you just answer yes or no?
No, because that story makes no sense.
Answer the fucking question. Yes, no, I don't know.
For this sake, I don't know, but I do know. But you won't let me. You won't let me tell you the story.
You don't know if God thinks that it's justified to unalive a child for the crimes of their parents. Just say that. I don't know why that was so hard.
Sir, no, but the thing is, sir, Adam, sir, I apologize. Adam is the one that brought sin into the world. God created everything.
Adam?
Doesn't matter. You don't know.
Yes, I said Adam.
Okay, so in 1 Samuel 15:3, when God punishes children or commands the punishment of children.
What do you mean children?
I don't know why you're over talking me. First of all, I don't know why you're over talking me. You're still over talking me. First, I gotta say something. W. Parker, thank you so much for the motherfucking raid. Welcome.
I literally only came up here so they could find me. That's the only reason I was trying to get up here quickly, so they could get here and get to you. I legitimately don't want anything, and I'm not going to stay that long, but I want to make sure people can find their way over here to you.
W. Santana, thank you so much, Parker. I hope you guys had a great stream over there. Thank you for the raid. Appreciate you. And let's get a W. Santana in the motherfucking chat. W. Parker, thank you guys. Hope you guys had a great one. Now, George.
Santana.
So in 1 Samuel 15:3, God commands the punishment of children for the crimes of their parents. Now, you said you don't know if God thinks that's a good thing. Now, here's the incoherence.
No. So I believe that's a good thing. Whoa, you didn't get me correctly.
I
believe that God is holy, and because they themselves were completely slaughtering their own children, God chose best to wipe them all out.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. So it's true. So wait, it's just true. You're just saying it's a good thing. God thinks it's a good thing sometimes.
We can't ask them
it's
because
not
they got genocided, dude.
Yeah, it's not inherently wrong to punish a child for the crimes of their parents. That's all you're saying. Okay, so you're saying that the answer to the question is God does not believe that it's inherently wrong to unalive a child or punish a child for the crimes of their parents. That's your view, correct?
I believe that once again, God has no respect of person. Once again, you can be out in a second.
That's consistent. I agree. Murray, thank you so much for the gifts. I appreciate you.
This guy's so cooked.
Well, I can say I'm cooked, but once again, can you know when you will pass away? Well, you know that.
No, for why being gay is wrong.
Well, I'm saying in the point of view of the objectivity of God in the Bible. But once again, to each their own. If you want to have that type of relationship, you won't have the real deal.
Yeah, George, you're the reason that I'm starting to think Christians need to be put on a watch list.
Well, I thank the Lord for that. It'll be the greatest watch list of all time.
That's not a good thing, Bob.
I don't think you know a lot about what we're talking about, George.
doesn't.
I don't think that you are capable to have this conversation.
Hey, real quick. I'm sorry to interrupt, and I promise you, I'm not gonna do it again. Carbon, the people over on my YouTube are asking about your YouTube. I wanted to get your YouTube name so I can pin it, because once I hop off here, we're gonna raid you.
Yeah, I can add your name to the raid thing. Because I have to add your name
no
too,
idea
right?
what that is.
Yeah, it's stupid. It's not like Twitch. Twitch, you can just raid anybody, but YouTube, you have to like.
Go find it.
Yeah, you can tell people to find me. Yeah, at Carbon Says. Yeah. But if you want to like physically raid,
I'll do it. I just
hold on. Let me. I gotta figure out how to. Hold on. How to add someone to raid you on YouTube. Should be a.
Someone call the IT guy.
Yeah, I did this for Parker. I think because Parker hasn't raided me, but I've done this for Tommy before. So I think.
I thought Parker people just come over to my YouTube. Like I didn't know.
Yeah, so there's two things. So you can physically like click a button and it transfers all the viewers to YouTube, or you can just verbally say it and be like, and people have to search it themselves.
Oh, let me. I'll look that
it's
up.
Called
let
redirect.
me see how
it's called redirect.
Okay, let me look that up and do this real quick.
It's in the settings, but it's like hidden in the setting. I don't know why they make it so difficult.
Text me your username.
Yeah, it's just my same name. Carbon Says, at Carbon Says.
At Carbon. All right, got it.
Yeah, but yeah, it's called redirect, and I forgot how to get to it, but there's a way to do it. Anyway, y'all can talk to George while I figure this out.
Okay. You got anything else for us, George? Pretty cooked on all this.
Well, I would say that, you know, I mean, if you are
at this point, Manners, I think we should ask him the last question, because he thinks chattel slavery is okay. He thinks genocide is okay.
Oh yeah, he thinks chattel slavery.
Oh yeah, Santana. He already admitted chattel slavery was okay.
What?
And G-side.
Once again, she cut it short.
No, we didn't. You full said with your full chest that chattel slavery was okay, and then you moved on to saying that G-side was okay as long as it was within the compound.
So we might as well ask you the third one. Manners, you want to take it?
Can I say my full phrase?
What's the third one? My brain hurts.
Grape.
Oh yeah. Do you think grape is okay in certain situations?
Absolutely not. What
the Bible does?
Yeah.
Oh my! Show me the verse.
Deuteronomy 22:29.
Perfect. It says once again, out your mouth, that grape is okay. Perfect. Let's go.
No. Out of God's mouth. Don't put this on.
Right. Perfect. Amen. Let's go. Let every man be a liar. Let God be true. Let's go. I know for a fact that God depicts what that evil is.
Gave you the verse. Go look it up. Stop yapping.
Well, I'm more than happy to read it.
Please do.
Yeah. What was it? So sorry.
The man who raped her is to give the young woman's father 50 silver shekels, and she will become his wife because he violated her. He can't divorce her for as long as he lives.
Santana, is this Santana Speaks?
Yeah.
So,
I think I just found it as well. I'm going through the steps on my side.
Yeah.
You two are so cute. I love it.
I found you. I added you as a redirect.
It's fine.
It's adorable. We just need Hector in here.
They're bonding over tech tips.
Ooh. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. Carbon, is there any way I can get the big box just for a second? Just for a quick second.
Oh. Shit, we did it at the same time.
All right, Carbon. I'm used to doing those things.
Yeah.
Ah.
Oh, not the white face.
Oh no!
Tell me Hector doesn't look like a grown-up little Bill.
Oh my!
Damn, where Hector at? Wait, is Jed? Let me see if Jed is. All right, so yeah, I'm sorry. Y'all can continue. Go ahead.
Yes,
yeah.
go ahead
So your God specifically says that grapes are okay, and that's not the only one. Carbon, what's the one that you? Does it matter what version? Which version do you want?
Yes, it absolutely does matter.
The KJV is the worst version for the record, George. Oh no!
Well, yeah, I mean for you.
Oh no!
Bye, George. Grandmaster, thank you so much for the kick. I appreciate you. Jedi, we're gonna still. I know Jedi's not here, but Jedi did pay a pre-kick, so we're gonna use that whenever. Can I get Jed? Can I get your age?
Hold on, before you start with that, I'm stuck at the step number 4.
Yeah, I'm 22.
Step number 4.
Yeah, hover over
Gotcha.
premiere video you want to redirect from, and then click customization. I don't see a customization.
They make it so difficult. I don't know. I've never rated anybody. I only know how to add you as a person who's allowed to rate me.
Okay, I'll keep working on it.
All right, no doubt. All right, Jed, do you think being lesbian is wrong? Lesbian or gay?
Yeah, but I'll just like to say quickly, however you guys want to twist the Bible or take it out of context, we're all gonna face. I don't know why you're laughing. We're all gonna face
That's
one
fine.
day. So, you know.
Oh, that's another argument. That's a
Yeah,
claim
that's
that you're
fine.
gonna have to get
Nobody's
an
twisting
argument
it.
for.
Now
I
go
think
back
you
to
are
the
twisting
topic.
it. I think you are twisting it, but we'll all
We're
face
not.
one day. No, you are. But
Well, that's
So,
a
tell us
claim
why.
that you're gonna have to be able to give an argument for. But nonetheless, Jed, what's the argument for why being lesbian is wrong?
Well, or gay in this context, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, well, I just don't think you're able to reproduce.
And
Well,
my husband
oh,
can't
wait.
reproduce.
So wait,
Not-
you're
no, well,
saying
so
that if
your
you're gay,
husband
you're not
being
able to reproduce? So just wait. I want to keep him on track. Hold on, Jed. So you're saying if you're gay, it's not the case that you can reproduce? Is that the claim?
Well, that's just going into my next point, that it's not natural to
Wait, hold on. Let's answer that question. If you're gay or if you're in a gay relationship, you can't reproduce with a person that you're in a gay relationship with. Which claim are you making?
if you're dating the same sex, you can't reproduce.
Mm-hmm. With that person, but you can reproduce, correct?
Yeah, you can reproduce with another woman, but sure, not with that person.
Yeah.
No.
Okay, so let's say a gay man goes to a sperm bank and then donates sperm and is in a relationship with a man.
Is that natural?
And he has reproduced. So now the question is, what is he doing that's wrong now that he's reproduced?
He didn't do anything. I mean, I don't think he's done anything necessarily wrong, but that's not that's not direct.
Why would it wait? So he has to physically put his PP in a VJ in order for it to be like correct?
I didn't. That's
so you're saying he's morally
Wait,
obligated to like have
Scripture
sex
was
with a
wild.
woman that he's not attracted to?
You can put your PP in my VJ all you want.
What, dude?
No,
So,
I want to
Jed,
know
just
why
to be
this
clear, is that what
individual
you're
is on the
saying?
panel
It's
since they
wrong
don't
to
like
donate
immoral
sperm?
things.
Well, I mean, if you try, I don't understand what you're saying here. My point is,
is it wrong to donate sperm? Yes or no?
No, I don't think there's anything wrong with it. If
all right,
if,
so
you know,
we have
if
two gay men. I'm trying to keep you on track here. We have two gay men.
I understand. No,
They're
you're
in
not trying to keep on track. You're trying to conform.
Oh my God,
to
Jed,
your-
stop over talking me. All right. I'm being nice here. Don't want me to go elsewhere. Okay. So we have two gay men. They're in their little relationship. They've been in for 5-10 years, whatever. Okay. Let's say they both have reproduced by donating sperm. Are they now wrong in their relationship? Are they still wrong? I'm sorry.
No, they're not wrong. What are you talking about?
Okay. So gay people. So you're not saying that it's wrong to be gay.
You gotta let me talk.
You're just saying that it's wrong not to reproduce. That's a different argument.
Wait, what? What?
You're not saying, because like this is a gay couple that you don't think is doing anything wrong, right?
They're not
the gay couple I just talked to you
They're
about.
not doing anything wrong. No. The action of donating sperm is not wrong.
I'm asking. Yeah. I'm asking, is them being in a relationship after having reproduced, is them being in a relationship still wrong?
Those two people did not reproduce. They used another woman to reproduce.
Okay, so the argument, that's what they're supposed to do, right? They're supposed to use another woman to reproduce.
That's not what they're supposed to do. That's not what they're supposed to do. It's as a result of them being in a couple with the same gender.
So you want them to be in a relationship with somebody they don't want to be in a relationship with?
No, well, if it's their prerogative, but you're asking me whether I think it's wrong.
Well, if it's their prerogative, they'd be single and never reproduce, right?
What? No,
okay, so a gay man or a lesbian woman. Hold on. I just need you to understand the argument. Okay, let's take a lesbian woman. She can either be in a relationship with a woman, she can be single, or be in a relationship with a man. Which one should she choose?
Be in a relationship with man.
Okay. Now we agree that she does not consent to being in the relationship with the man. So now that option's off the table.
Who said that?
The lesbian told me that. If the lesbian, what do you think makes her a lesbian, Jed?
Okay, well, that wasn't you. That wasn't you. Didn't preface that first.
You want to be in a relationship with the man, Jed? No, you don't,
No.
because you're a straight man, right? Yeah. Okay. So the lesbians, her response generally to being in a relationship with a man is the same response that you would have because you're not attracted to them. Okay. So just to be clear, we're taking consent into account here, right, Jed? Okay. So she does not consent to being in a relationship with a man. So now she has two options on the table: single or marry a woman. Which one should she choose?
Well, considering this is a hypothetical,
It is
she
pathetical.
wants what? If she wants to be in a
distract
relationship, sure, she can. If she wants to be in a relationship, I guess, it's her choice to be.
Yeah, it's her choice. Is that the wrong choice?
In my opinion, yeah.
Okay, what makes it wrong now?
Because they're naturally they're not able to reproduce.
They are able to
So
reproduce,
that's
just not with that person.
exactly.
Why you keep saying they can't reproduce?
They can't reproduce.
Okay, so
with
it's
that
wrong to be in a relationship with somebody you can't reproduce with. That's your view.
Right, just like it's wrong to put a circle into a square hole.
Understood. So if you are you married? You don't have to tell me if you don't want to. Are you married?
So like you're considered insane if you try to sit there and put a square.
I understand, Jed. Are you married?
No, I'm not.
Okay, if you were to get married to a woman, right, and after marrying the woman, you find out you will never be able to reproduce with her, you're gonna divorce her, right?
That's different. That's just like an internal. That's like a. I don't want to use the word malfunction, but for
It's a yes or no.
Well, it's not just yes or no. So
yeah, it is. It's either the case that
It's
you're going to
not.
divorce her or not. Which one do you choose? What's your choice going to be?
I'm not going to divorce her.
Is that a situation in which you're in a relationship with somebody that you can't reproduce with? Yes or no?
Okay, you're gonna have to restate your whole. I get what you're trying to do here, but go on and start again.
So I asked you when it came to the lesbian, what she's doing wrong. You said yes, it's wrong because she's choosing to be in a relationship with somebody she cannot reproduce with. That's the same scenario that I just put you in. You're in a relationship with a woman who you can't reproduce with, correct?
Okay, so the reason why I'm saying she's in a relationship with someone she can't reproduce with is because, well, again, I mean, I'm trying to like go all the way into the Bible here, but naturally, she's not. You're not. It's clear that there's something wrong that you're not supposed to be with the woman naturally. You're
okay. Why you have the view that you should be with the woman because you can reproduce with her, right? That's not going to apply.
That's not the sole. That's not the sole reason, but yeah.
Oh, is that a necessary reason, or is it just sufficient?
I think you should. Yeah, you should be with your counterpart too in the goal to reproduce. Yeah. 100%.
Yeah. Okay. So if that's if that's a necessary condition, then if there's a woman who you cannot reproduce with, you are obligated to not be in a relationship with that woman. That's just follows from your view. Okay, then you're just contradicting yourself and your special pleading. And that's just that's literally the form of bigotry. You're saying I'm allowed to date somebody that I can't reproduce with, but lesbians can't. Yeah, I don't know why you're over talking me. You're saying that
my point.
I don't know why you're over talking me. You're saying that I'm allowed to, as a straight man, I'm allowed to be with somebody that I can't reproduce with, but lesbian people, gay men, you're not, right? That's just special.
Okay, so
that's called bigotry. Now you're cooked on that, so Santana, you have the floor.
Okay. Now that he's done demonstrating what he knows, I just want to hop in for a second and say I'm the smartest motherfucking man alive. I think I figured it out. Okay, YouTube, nobody move. All right, everybody stay still. I need to make sure this actually works. All right, I'm gonna end YouTube. Don't move. Twitch also don't move. I love you guys. I love each and every one of you.